Alright, to continue this series, we're going to talk briefly about timing. As the first step to creating a keyframed animation inside Maya using the Human IK control rig, what I've done is find the key extreme poses in my looping cycle animation. In this case, it's a walk cycle. And I've done that by selecting my root node and getting the basic arc of motion happening for my looping cycle, working at the hips, the root node, and then out on the limbs. So I've planted a keyframe in the up position for the hips on frame 5, a down position for the for frame 10, up 15, down 20, up 25. Alright, so this will get me my timing for my looping animation, my walk cycle. I'm going to go ahead and clamp my playback at my key extreme poses, frame 5 and 20. I've just plugged in the numbers right here down under the time slider there. And now I'm going to go ahead and play that back. And that seems fine for what we're trying to achieve for this demo. If the timing needs to be different, slower or faster, a couple considerations can be made. You can go ahead and play that slower or faster in the game engine, or you can go ahead and click and drag these keyframes around to improve the timing. So what I've done here is click to the right of the red tick in the time slider, hold my shift key down, click to select that, and you've got two arrows in the center. You're going to click there and drag that to another place on the time slider if that's what you need to do. You can also do the scaling. I generally leave that for one of the last things that I do, but simply shift key, select all of those, and you're going to have to view a little bit more than that because your arrows then become on the outside of the time slider where you can't see them. Drag that and go ahead and scale the time between each of the keyframes. When you do that, they won't likely land exactly where you want them. So be very careful about timing changes in this way. For a beginner, I would recommend grabbing the keyframes and then simply hand moving each of those. Alright, going back to frame 5 and 25 visibility, you can also change that by clicking and dragging here. What I'm going to be doing now is working out. Now that I've established timing with the root node, I'm going to use the legs to put those in the extreme poses. So in this up pose, I'm going to pull this leg up about halfway, and since I have auto key on, that's going to go ahead and key a position there for my leg, and then as I scrub forward to frame 10, you can see that go down again. Now this is the leg that is moving forward, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that and put that out in front. Now notice that I'm not snapping the knee on the IK, and I'm not pulling it forward so that my full body is enacted either. I'm going to go ahead and put that right on the ground there and then draw that back just a little bit so that I do not have the full extension on that IK. I'm not snapping that IK. Now at this point, I'm going to switch over from full body to part body before I actually begin positioning my legs. So from full body to part body, I'm just going to go ahead and key the one node that I have selected. And I'm going to do that starting with the legs. Alright, so what I've done is undo a couple of steps there. Now with part body on, I'm going to go ahead and raise that leg again on frame 1. Okay, stepping forward, frame 2. Make sure your foot is staying on the ground. Now in this fully up pose, it's going to be this leg that steps up. And I'm actually just using the grid to position about halfway in between these two grid lines with my IK handle there. Stepping forward, pulling up. That one now is going forward. Alright, so stepping back to frame 10, the leg in front is fully extended. The leg at the back also needs to be fully extended. Again, don't snap that out of position. With part body on, you're not going to be able to pull the FK, or excuse me, that full body IK enacted. So that helps when you're just on part body. You know how far you can take it. Okay, stepping up. That one is forward. Now this one needs to be back. And this frame 25 should be exactly the same pose as frame 5. So what we're going to do is go ahead and scrub back to frame 5, copy that position on that selected node, and paste that for that last, what we're going to call the hookup. Because it loops back around, it should go to that same pose. Now we have a basic leg movement in place. Sometimes I even take it to 30 and get a full step down again with that. But in this case, what we're going to do is begin to pull our arms into action, and we're going to go to a different video for that. Thank you for joining me. Come to the next part. Thank you.